Welcome back, folks. Today we're going to be doing a little review. And the item we're going to be reviewing today is the Oregon 310-120. This is one of the smaller models they make for sharpening. It ran me around $80 on Amazon. And it comes with the grinder, an extra grinding stone for 325, one for 3/8, shaping stone, and manual and some other stuff. I'm going to go ahead and go to work on this chain here and show you pretty much how I do my chains. We'll get you zoomed back in. This is the unit right here. Get you zoomed back in on some action here. And we'll get her going. Alright, so this is how I start my chains. I always start off doing the cutter so I can see get a good angle on it. I do this side first, more or less. So 30 degrees to the right. So I just take my first tooth and I take a little marker and I just mark that cutting edge and I get the gullet. That way I know if I'm grinding deep enough and I can tell what's been taken off. So got it mostly adjusted. We're going to go ahead and go in here on short bursts. And you can see pretty much all of the marker is gone, resulting in a brand new cutting edge on the top plate, working corner, and nice gullet there as well. So that's our first tooth. So we're going to mark the whole top plate. We're going to mark the drive links and the strap and color the whole thing. This is just I think it's a highlighter, honestly. It's not even nothing permanent. Oh, it's a dry erase marker actually. So it comes right off. So mark our first tooth and then we just keep going forward. So we loosen it and bring the next tooth forward that we're going to be sharpening. Clamp it down. And just for reference, I'll do the same thing again so you guys kind of can see what's been sharpened and what's not. So I got this pretty much well adjusted. I just go in and take a couple quick passes on there. Nice brief taps. Now you see I kind of still missed part of the top plate and the gullet, so we're going to loosen it up a little bit. We're going to bring it forward just a little hair and we're going to tighten her back down. And now you can see pretty much all the marker is gone besides a little bit in the gullet there. We're going to go down a little deeper. Get that gullet. Now all the marker's gone. Whole new working corner. Whole new nice sharp edge. If you guys haven't bought one of these and you guys are getting frustrated with hand filing, you guys don't really get it, don't like it, don't want to do it, have medical problems, I have a bad back. It hurts me to bend over a power saw and file. I don't have a bench vise mounted anywhere currently, so it's just kind of have to do it where I can do it, which is usually the bed of a truck or back of a car or something like that, which is very usually uncomfortable and the saw doesn't usually stay in one spot and it's too much of a pain. This is just way easier. Not much to think about. As long as you get the basics of it, it's pretty much foolproof. Like you really can't mess it up too much. You really just want to do quick taps. The only way you would mess it up per se is if you held it on there and grind it like it was an actual piece of metal. By taking quick taps, you're keeping the tooth cold. That way it doesn't heat up. Because you don't want to blue the teeth. If you get it too hot, it'll turn blue and then it's like hard worked or cold worked or whatever they call it. And if you take a file to it, you're really not going to be able to do much. Because you kind of mess with the temper on it once you do that. I'm going to loosen this and back it up just a little bit so I can get that gullet a little bit better. There we go. And just keep going the same rhythm. rhythm. Once you get the settings locked down on how deep it needs to go, it's very, very quick. You'll be surprised at how fast you can sharpen an entire chain. Most of my chains are, I gotta get that go a little bit more. I'm not really too happy with that. There we go. So sharpened tooth, unsharpened tooth. Looks good. Just gotta go all the way down there to get that gullet. You really want to get that gullet. A little burr on the outside of that. I don't know if you can. Yeah, there's the burr right there. Just kind of came off right at the edge. It's a really nice sharp tooth. But yeah, this thing's, as long as you understand the concept of the task that you have to do and what you're trying to do, and that you're not trying to take off as much material as possible, you'll get the hang of it. And a little bit of a learning curve, but I'd say it's no more than probably one chain of a learning curve. Like by the time you do one full chain, you'll pretty much have it down pat. You'll know exactly what needs to be done. You don't want to stay in one tooth too long. Move that one forward a little bit and get that top plate angle a little bit better. There we go. That's better. And we just keep going down the line and move that go a little bit more. You gotta really kind of go all the way down to your bump stop when you do this. Your bump stop's your set adjustment right here. And we're back to our driver that we started on. We'll give that a once over. Nice and sharp. All right. So now we just repeat the same process and we go from this 30-degree mark back to this 30-degree mark over here. the chain doesn't have to get taken off the thing. It still stays in the same track with the teeth facing the same direction. So you just take it from 30, we take it back and we turn it all the way to the other 30 witness mark. And then we lock it down. And now we do the other side. So we'll get you set up on the other side so you guys can see. So we'll start one after the witness mark. So just like before, I'll kind of show you guys. We'll just mark the working corner, the gullet, and a little bit of the top plate with this marker. That way you can see everything that's shiny has been grinded and everything that's blue hasn't been touched. So yeah. A little bit more for the gullet. And we just keep going all the way down the line again. It's a very simple, easy process. Oh, that's a little too far forward. There we go. That's what we want. I usually go like five little hits on them, 5 bursts. Oh, that's too far forward. There we go. You don't want to take too much off because then you're going to shorten the life of the chain. A lot of people say that grinders in general take too much material off. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it all depends on how you use it. I think if you lay on a tooth too long and file it way back, yeah, it's, you know, your chain's going to only get 2 or 3 sharpenings before you have to replace it. So, I don't know. I've gotten 3 or 4 sharpenings out of a chain. It all depends how much you take off. Totally up to the user. Sorry, I moved the camera a little bit. Hopefully you guys can still see. And we're back to our wetness mark, so we're all done. We'll just give that one a little bit more. Nice cutting edge. Whole new cutting edge. So there's 2 down to go, 2 down, 1 to go. This thing works amazing. If you thought about it and haven't got one yet, just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. You'll get the hang of it very quickly. There's not much of a learning curve, and it just simplifies things tenfold. It's a game changer. It really is. It's a game changer. I just got a little DeWalt shop light set up for it, but the nicer ones have lights that telescope on it, and you can adjust where you want it. But yeah, for the most part, it's awesome. There's no other words to describe it. If you hate hand filing, if you get frustrated with it, if your files pretty much are all dull and you don't have anything good to start with, you're just going to set yourself up for failure. So highly recommend the Oregon Mini Grinder. Like I said, it was around $100 or $80. I think it was around $90 almost after tax. But it's a mini grinder. This is the smallest one they make. They have ones that are more expensive than this, but for the occasional user, this works great. If you're going to be sharpening commercially or anything like that, I highly recommend that you get a bigger one. This is kind of, I don't know, it's the cheaper model, I'll be honest with you. It is not that loud. The RPMs are higher than the more expensive ones. Shut that off so you guys don't have to hear that anymore. But for the most part, majority of it is plastic. Like this whole thing, all the red stuff you see is plastic. This is plastic. The chain guide is metal. This is metal, which is nice. But a lot of the Harbor Freight ones get a lot of flack for just being cheap and crappy. But as long as you have the wheel and everything set up right and you got your angles correct, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You go all the way down until it stops, until this screw bottoms out, and you set that adjustment up when you get your chain in there by spinning the wheel just by hand and then pushing it down in the groove. If you're still able to spin it when it's bottomed out, that means you're not going to be contacting much material. But if you adjust it where it starts to touch the material and starts to stop the wheel and the wheel doesn't want to spin by hand, that's when it's going to make contact and really start cutting. So for the most part, that's pretty much it. I highly recommend it. There's not many other reviews of this model on YouTube, I'm sorry. There's only one other person, I believe, who was in the UK that did a review on one of these. But all the other reviews I've seen are the upgraded models, the bigger ones. So this is going to be highly recommended. If you thought about it, just do it. Don't let anyone talk you out of it. I mounted mine just to a couple pieces of plywood or 2x4. Made a little base for it. And it works great. It's portable. You can bring it in the truck if you need to. Yeah. Buy it. Thanks for watching.